Clash of the Classics.
Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of Clash of the Classics. Today's feature is made possible by our friends at the Automatic Transmission Rebuilders Association. ATRA is the largest and the oldest transmission network in the world. If you're experiencing a trans problem, you've got any kind of a question, before you do anything, check them out at atra.com. All right, let's jump right into this. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Donnie. I'll be your host here for the next few minutes, and today we're going to check out one heck of a cool ride. It's the 1969 Yenko Camaro 427. Now here's the thing. You mentioned the name Carroll Shelby to just about any Ford fan, and the response is usually one of respect and reverence. Shelby is to Ford what I guess you could say John Force is to drag racing. He is considered the high priest of performance. Well, just like Ford, Chevy loyalists revere a high priest of their own, and his name is Don Yenko. Yenko had a well-deserved reputation for not only driving, but also building, and then beyond that, selling some dominating Chevys, starting back in 1965 with some pretty well-crafted Super Corvairs. From there, he went on to installing 427 Corvette V8 engines in 1967 and 1968 Camaros. And these $4,200 Yenko Camaros would turn low 13s through the quarter mile right off of his shop floor. There were other Chevy retailers in those days doing some similar modifications, but none of them had the network that Yenko had. In fact, Yenko Sports Cars Incorporated had outlets for their cars in almost half the country, and that earned some deep respect with Chevrolet Motor Division. Dealer conversions were somewhat complex, and they came with only a limited engine warranty. Now here's the thing. How many total Copo Camaros were built isn't exactly known, but we do know that Yenko ordered about 201 of them. Other dealers could order them as well, and it's thought that about 500, possibly even more, were produced. All of them were essentially the same. The L72 427 cylinder block and heads were cast iron. They ran solid lifters, which Chevy pegged right at 425 horsepower, but Yenko rated them at a more realistic 450 horsepower. The Hurst 4-speed manual or the dual-gate automatic were the transmission options. And here again, as in so many other models that we look at, the automatic outperformed the manual, at least in terms of the quarter-mile times, but the stick shift, so much more fun to drive. Heavy-duty 410 positive traction rear differential out back, cowl induction hood, together with that heavy-duty Z28 suspension and the F70 14 tires, made the car formidable to say the least. The car retailed for about $4,500, maybe a little more. The standard Copo Camaros were delivered with dog dish style hubcaps and no exterior badging. Not even the engine was identified as a 427. Yenko cars were ordered with 15-inch Riley wheels, bigger front roll bar, and 140-mile-an-hour speedometers. He also dressed them with his popular YSC, or the Yenko Supercar insignia and striping. And then along with that, there were also mag wheels, there were gauges, header packages, and a few other optional items that could easily push the price well beyond $4,600 or close, just under $5,000 at the time. And as delivered, Yenko Camaros were scooting through the quarter mile, turning mid-13s. But here's the thing, when outfitted with headers and slicks, even for street work, these cars could record 11.94 second ETs at about 114 miles an hour. But these Yenko Camaros, these 427s, these were outstanding cars. I sure wish that we had one here at Horsepower Broadcasting, but if you've got one, your retirement is pretty much set. Thanks for hanging out with us today. That's just about all the time we have. Big thanks to everybody out at the Automatic Transmission Rebuilders Association. ATRA makes our Clash of the Classics features possible. Next time you think you have a transmission problem or you've got a transmission question, check them out at atra.com. We'll see you all next week.